This is the art museum. Beautiful building, white marble, absolutely. Not many places you can walk through a square and get serenaded by a guy in a hat, is there? And just when I walk past, he stops. A wee bit busy in the old town, so I put on my microphone, external microphone, so hopefully the volume's clear enough. There's the dome. Souvenir shop. This actually reminds me, I don't know if you've ever seen my vlogs on Krakow, but in the main square in Krakow, they've got horse and carts that go around to give people a tour. So that reminds me a wee bit. It's medieval squares, they're very similar wherever you go, but this is beautiful. And there's some lovely wee alleyways that look quite interesting. So this is Salzburg Old Town. I don't know which way to go. Let's have a wee look. We'll go down this way. This reminds me a wee bit of the Gothic quarter in Barcelona with the narrow streets and the overhanging balconies, well, Juliet balconies above. Some beautiful shops in Salzburg. Quality. And I tell you what is lovely is the fact that there is no graffiti from what I've seen, which is wonderful. I think that's what spoiled the Gothic quarter in Barcelona, to be honest, was the amount of graffiti. You should hang these people up. But there we go. That's my rant for the day. There we go, a nice blue sky up there. I've just done the live from the balcony at the Hohem Salzburg Castle. So thank you for joining me, those that did. I'm sorry it was short and sweet, but really it's not difficult. It's difficult to film up there because you can't get around the castle because the walls are so thick that it knocks out the signal. So anyway, thanks for joining me. I know it was a bit brief, but there wasn't much else I could show you from up there. The quality of the place there, well, Louis Vuitton, we've got a Prada, Swatch, Alphaturi, Salzburger Sparkasse. There we go. Nice little roadside cafe. Continentals do these things so well. We are so, in Scotland, we're so backward at these things. Mind you, having said that, you can probably never get planning permission to do anything. Probably can in the likes of Glasgow and Edinburgh, but certainly not down our way. But there we are, look, some more of these lovely alleyways. It's getting busy now. Well, busier, I should say. There's a wee hemp shop, if you want a wee bit of the old funny fags. This is lovely. Glad I took a walk down here. Hope you're enjoying it as much as me. As I was saying, coming down there, the lack of graffiti anywhere is fantastic. Just look up here, it's nice as well. I was actually out when I was up in the balcony in the castle, it was so warm. But there, if we go down that way, that takes us to the river. I'll go down this way and then I'll cut back. But here we go, here's a Boss shop. A lovely wee arcade cut into the rock up here. Some very, very high-end quality shops. Cafe au Sec. It's a sort of a bistro type coffee bar. A lot of these places are closed, although it's a Sunday. It's surprising a touristy place would have been open. And every time you walk down a wee alley, you come to a lovely courtyard. The building's absolutely spectacular. There's another one there. Round every corner. I'm going to head back down to the river, but I'll go this way. As you've seen that wee place I came through just now. It's just a lovely wee alleyway down there. Takes you through to another area. You can quite easily get lost in this place. It's just a warren of these wee alleyways. Each one's different from the last one. This is Madel. Ho, Culture and Tract. Obviously a few shillings there. Again, another lovely pedestrian area. Nice to see Douglas has opened here. Dougie from Troon. He joked. Oh, there's an Indonesian restaurant. And up there is where I was earlier on, not when I did the live broadcast, but that's the part of the castle up there. Cafe Mozart, lift to the Cafe Mozart. I didn't realise that Mozart, I knew he died young, but I didn't realise he was only 35 when he died. It just shows you if he'd lived a few years longer, how much material he would have been able to create. And there's the Indonesian restaurant. Looks lovely inside. And it's Indonesian and Indian food, there we are. I think this should take us back down to the river. I got my bearings quite right, so here we are back down at the river. Need to watch out for the buses. I must admit, I tell you, the drives are a lot more respectful of crossings in Austria than they are in Tenerife. Yeah, as Tim says, you don't take your life in your hands going out into a crossing. Here's the river. And there's the river boat that you can do a river tour on. It's not working, it's not on just now, but that's where you can get the river tour. And on the top now coming into view is a big TV mast. There's a guy fishing down there. We'll go across the bridge and walk into the other part of the old town. It's sort of split in two, one side of the river and the other side of the river. The atmosphere here, there's a guy playing the accordion, maybe Jimmy Shand. And this is one of the padlock bridge. I think there's a lot of places that are getting removed because of the extra weight. But anyway, there's a few thousand padlocks on this one, on both sides. What an absolutely beautiful place. Now, Salzburg has, I think it's 3 different Christmas markets. So that might be a wee visit for me and Annie. She likes a Christmas market. I wish I'd just put my fleece on instead of my anorak. I'm absolutely stewed. It's -1, I think, but it doesn't feel that. I think at home we get such wind that it gives a wind chill factor, and you don't feel that here because it's so still. So you get a nice view of the castle from here, from across the other side of the river, where we were doing the live. So there it is, Salzburg Castle. Sorry, fortress. Here's the other part of the old town from across the bridge. Again, some lovely wee alleyways, cafes, bars. One of these places you can just sit and chill. And then we have the usual Just Eat drivers ready to run folk over. Just an observation. Same all over the world. Again, you can see one of the portals. Some lovely restaurants. There's Di Renzi. Actually, getting a bit peckish. Maybe stop and have a little pit stop. Suitable place. Another one of these alleyways with some steep steps. Obviously, they keep to the Sunday closing here because there's only a few places that's open, and in fact a lot of the cafes have got their tables and chairs out, but they're all stacked up, so they're not even open. Mind you, we'll find somewhere. Just like to point out that I have no idea where I'm going, but just follow the flow. It's just sometimes nice to explore places that you have really no idea and just take it as it comes. Just notice something, that there's a distinct lack of wee bars and pubs. There's a lot of shops, a few hotels and guest houses, but there's no real pubs. I know that's not the be all and end all, but it's nice to see a couple that you could go and have a wee look round and sample. And to the end of the old town now, I can see a few more modern buildings in the distance. I wonder if these places open in the evening rather than during the day. Hi Anne.
Hi.
Where are we?
No idea.